Hello there, I'm Catherine Isaac, and I'm the author of books such as You Me Everything, Messy Wonderful Us, and then my new one, which is called The World at My Feet, and that's out on March the 18th. The book is about two women, one of whom is Harriet, who is completely fearless. We meet her in the late 1980s as the foreign correspondent for a broadsheet newspaper. And it's when she's sent to Romania to cover the state orphanages that are just starting to make headlines around the world that she is forced to rethink her most important journalistic role. And the other main character is Ellie. And Ellie is a passionate gardener who has won thousands and thousands of followers on Instagram from giving horticultural advice. But Ellie has got a secret, one that none of those followers have any idea about, and that you are about to find out in the reading that I'm about to do. It sounds like these two stories are completely separate, but it's very much a case of two worlds colliding. So this is Ellie. My life as a social media gardener has been rich and fulfilling. That bit is authentic. I get a buzz out of doing what I do. Plus there's the bonus of not having to work in the office. Instead, I get to spend every day creating something beautiful right outside my doorstep. If I was still seeing her, my therapist Colette would definitely agree that being outside contributes positively to my mental health. It's also a lot more cost effective for the NHS than all the citalopram, Prozac or Ciroxat I've been on and off over the years. I try not to think about Colette too much though. I hate being a disappointment to people, and I am fairly certain she hasn't filed away my notes in a folder marked success stories. The thing I liked most about her was her optimism. She had an unshakable conviction that everything was going to be all right. I like that in a person. And things absolutely are all right, even if her definition of the term almost certainly diverges from the situation in which I find myself today. I'm sure she thought I'd be easy to treat. I should have been. I couldn't have asked for a more stable upbringing than the one my parents gave me. A nice, normal childhood full of birthday parties and sleepovers, lifts to brownies and weekends away to centre parks. I have no right to any hang-ups, really, although I comfort myself with the thought that compared with all the other juicy problems and weird quirks Colette must have had trailing in from that waiting room, all I had really was one issue. Everyone's got at least one, haven't they? I close down my laptop and head to the kitchen units directly opposite the living room. I do love open plan living, although the size of my annex means I really couldn't have had it any other way. My grandma lived here when she was alive, and there's only enough space to separate off a single bedroom and a small bathroom. But even if I lived in a huge townhouse with a husband, lots of children, and friends who'd pop over for Prosecco-fueled book club sessions, I'd still like the idea of blending living areas. Perfect for entertaining. That's what the articles on Pinterest say. I peek out of the front window to check the coast is clear, then stand on my tiptoes and reach on top of the kitchen cabinet to take down my stash of cigarettes. I smoke Marlboro Lights, but only out of my bedroom window, and when the wind is blowing in the right direction, away from the main house. It's not that my parents are especially puritanical, but they definitely wouldn't approve of this, and I couldn't bear giving them one more thing to try and understand, or worse, help me overcome. They are health conscious in the way the middle classes are when they reach their 60s these days. Pilates practicing, evening primrose oil taking, pelvic floor exercising moderates. Furthermore, I might recognise this as a filthy habit, but it happens to be one I don't want to overcome. I need to keep some things private from my parents, even if I do live next door to them. There are precisely 11 steps between Chalkview, where they live, and my annex. These 11 steps are significant, as they mean I don't quite still live with my mum and dad, at an age when most people are thinking about having children of their own. A lot of self-respect is riding on those 11 steps. Besides, who wouldn't want to live here? I've long considered this spot, high on the grassy hills of the Chilterns, as my own piece of heaven. I can't think of anywhere on earth that could make me feel happier, which is why I haven't set foot beyond my garden gate for more than 2 years. And that is The World at My Feet, and it's out on March the 18th.